Hey, hope you're doing well there. It's Dr. Matt here. We're actually moving into part 3 of our series of disc bulge, disc irritation. And what I wanted to do is go over some really good things to start to rebuild yourself that you can do. And also something with the foam roller or soft tissue ball that you may not have thought of. Excuse me, and just to come back full circle, if you've watched the first 2 videos, I'll put the links below so you can watch them there as well. But we talked about some anatomy, we talked about some of the best exercises, the cobra position, some positions that you may find relieving, and we also talked about movement as being nourishment for your brain. Your body likes your joints to move, and moving those joints helps your brain know what's going on. So that's a critical part. Breathing, if you get more tense and get more stuck, or chest breathe and move like a brick more or less, you may amplify the response and be more aware of your discomfort. So we talked about some solutions there. You can go back again in the links below. And remembering some of the basics of your anatomy, if you're just joining in, is that this is your spine, your nervous system controls your body, all these nerves. These joints in the spine protect your nerves. Your nerves are going to control your muscles and organs. And as a family corrective chiropractor, I want to know about how this system functions and what the structure is like on the inside, and how your body's interacting with its environment, so we can help you work better, thrive, and heal at your best. And one thing I want to touch base on is that oftentimes, you may feel down here, or you may notice it, but I want to know how things start up here and how all the messages travel down. Because oftentimes, if you have a challenge through here, you may be compensating above and below, which it's going to be a big factor as well in the challenge that you may be experiencing. So consider that. Consider the structure and health of your spine and your nervous system. And now let's get to the nuts and the bolts. Okay, the important part, or the cool part rather, the part that I can teach you to do at home, right? I should say. So what I want to share with you is you got the dead bug today, and as well as the soft tissue roller. And now the dead bug is a great one in terms of you can progress it. And remember, I've talked in the past about this, but I'll just touch on it again, is the consistency is so key. Anything I've ever achieved myself, or anything I've ever given advice on with patients, is the number one thing they do to get the result, or the showing up and being consistent. Showing up and being consistent makes the difference. So, or it makes a huge difference. So with the dead bug, you're essentially going to be on your back. And with this is a midsection exercise to get using your limbs again with your core. And now you're going to be up like this. And what you can do is just drop your one leg. Really important. Don't let yourself extend more through here in your midsection. Keep yourself stiff. So this would be the basic version. Drop down, pause, and then back up. And what you can do is you can actually do the opposites to progress it. But if you find yourself flattening your low back or extending more through your stomach, going up to the ceiling, I would just start with the legs, keeping yourself, you can even push your tongue a little bit on the roof of your mouth to turn off some of those superficial neck muscles so you don't feel like you have a sore neck the next day. And then just drop. You can do 5 reps alternating. 1, 2, and getting used to controlling your core with your lower body again, and then progress it to the point where you are now opposites and keeping your midsection stiff. So again, 2 sets of 5 to 6 fairly low reps, and something that you can control really well. If you start to break down, you can't control it very well, your breathing starts to change. Let's say you do 3 really great reps on each side. Do the 3 really great reps on each side, pause, take a break, and do 1 more set of 3 or 4. That's it, okay? Daily, consistency, right? And then the roller is just like this. You grab a foam roller. This one's actually, I'll show you a piece of PVC pipe. But what you can do is just work on some thoracic extension, because a lot of times, you may feel like you're keeled over a little bit like this, or you're flexed forward, walking like this, right? And I want to help you be more aware, especially if you're sitting all day. Change things up. You'll use this, and what I'll do is I'll actually go from here, set myself up, and I may breathe, get right in your mid-thoracic spine. I may just breathe, thumbs up, right here, breathing. spend 30 seconds there. I may like to do the bear hug and then roll up and down a bit. Right? You can do 5 to 10 passes. Right? It works better on a hard surface, so you can roll. Right? So work on your thoracic spine, getting some extension, and as well, I've like this time and time again in the past is with this, just like the roller, just like this, you will jump on the edge and work on your glutes. Oftentimes your glutes, may be undertrained, and you may find just from sitting and maybe not enough activity, factors in the challenge, breathing and going over some of the upper glute and hanging out just like this, right, and loosening up those tissues. So we talked about a couple things today to help rebuild you. Remember, excuse me, is that all of this stuff is great. It's just the consistency that comes into play is key. So pick 1 to 3 things to do really well and be consistent about it. So today we talked about the dead bug and then some thoracic spine, as well as some rolling out some glutes and doing some soft tissue work that you may find useful as well if you're helping your body along as you do the healing and get yourself back to being more resilient, keeping up with your kids, your grandkids, and doing more of the fun stuff that you love. Okay? So if you haven't watched the first 2 parts of our series, head on back. I'll put the links below. Otherwise, I appreciate you tuning in. Thanks so much. And I do want to share with you is that, as you know, I can't do it alone. So my mission to share the message is big. And if you do know someone who could benefit from this video, please take a moment, just simply click share or copy the link, share it to their email so they can get the benefit too. I really appreciate it, and so will they. Anyways, I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.